What is going on, everybody? How are you doing? We are starting the third class session of social studies, the fundamentals, right here at Academic Wave. Appreciate you all coming in. If you come in a little bit later, be sure to type in your name, your grade, as well as your favorite emoji. Let me move this up just a little bit. There we go. Let me move that up. All right, here we go. So to start off, what we'd like to do right quick is get right into this. All right, and I'm going to change up some things that was on the syllabus, but it's going to be relevant to what's happening today. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start this up. We're going to go over the major concepts of the class that we've talked about so far. All right. Go ahead and share this screen and we are going to begin. All right, here we go. So beginning from yesterday and even the day before, let's go over what we consider the major concepts of the class so far. Hold on, let me get my lighting right. It can't be out there like that. Hold on, let me get it just right. There we go. Okay, all right. So the major concepts of the course so far. Now, we've gone over what power means, how power can be used, yes, physically and individually, but also how power can also be used mentally and by those around you. Then yesterday we went over the history versus a history, how to see things from different perspectives, which was awesome. So today we're actually going to build up on those same concepts. Okay, now remember, we're in college, all right? This is a college course. So we're gonna spread the way we think. We're gonna extend the way we think. We're gonna think about things in different ways, all right? So the next concept, the next major idea of this course is called windows, sliding glass doors, and mirrors. Now, what do I mean? Okay, so a window, all right? What is a window? Anytime you read something or anytime you can teach about something or learn about something, it can be as a window, okay? And by window, this is something that you actually look out into, okay? So just picture yourself looking through this window so you can see things through this window. When you read a book, when you read a story, when you read what we learned yesterday, a narrative, you can see things through what you read and experience it through what you read. But not only what you learn can be a window, it can also be a sliding glass door, right? So a sliding glass door is different than a window. Not only can you see through a sliding glass door, but you can open that sliding glass door up and you can walk through it, okay? And when you walk through, when you're learning things, when you're reading things, when you're experiencing things as a sliding glass door, you actually walk into that experience. You walk into that new world, right? You walk into a world where you not only can see, but you can hear, you can taste, you can smell. It's all kind of senses that can happen when you learn, read, or experience as something as a sliding glass door. So now that we have windows, we have sliding glass door, we also have a mirror. So when you read something or you learn something as a mirror, this is when you see yourself in the story that you're reading. You see yourself in what you're experiencing. You see yourself in what you're learning, right? So these are three ways that we're adding on to our concepts of power, our concept of not the history, but a history. And now we have windows, sliding glass doors, and mirrors. Now, why do I say that? All right. Today, we're going to talk about what is being celebrated today, and that is Earth Day. Okay. So happy Earth Day to all those who are out there. This is a day where people recognize the earth and everything that it provides for us. Now, interestingly enough, we're going through some things right now because of the situation that we're in that will ultimately affect or may affect how we think of the world and how we treat the world. Now, by that, let me share this. Let me get out of here. Bam. Come back here. Okay, so when we think of Earth Day, when we think of what's going on today, basically that's the thinking that brings up to mind concepts such as air pollution, and that's what we might put in the air, chemicals and other things that we might put in the air that change the air quality. Water pollution, people are concerned about these issues when it comes to the environment and when it comes to Earth Day. Air pollution, water pollution, what we put in the water, how we treat what we use and put in the water, right? So how does it change the water? Also, when we think of what's the concept or what's called deforestation. And deforestation, remember the root word forest is simply when we have chopped down a lot of trees and the natural landscape that exists in the forest and how that affects the environment as well. Also, we can think of waste disposal. What do we do with all of our trash? Where does that trash go? Where do we actually put that trash? Have you ever thought of that? Where do we put the trash that we use, right? So that is a way of thinking of Earth Day, about all the issues that we're dealing with and how we can make the earth better environmentally. However, let's take a look right quick to see how the events that we are going through right now, how the coronavirus and COVID-19 is affecting the environment right now. I want to share something with you that is pretty dope. And remember, we're learning to read not just the word, but the world here at Academic Wave. So we're going to check this out. I want to share this with you. Bam. Bam. Here we go. So here you see, it is a CNN news report. And oh yeah, no matter if you're in elementary, middle school, high school, we're doing some awesome work, even reading CNN, all right? So here's what CNN talks about when it concerns air pollution. Air pollution falls, the title right here, air pollution falls by unprecedented levels in major global cities during coronavirus lockdowns. So because many of us are inside and we're not driving, we're not using many of the things that we would normally use, to the air quality, what we put in the air, the chemicals that we would necessarily put in the air, those have been lessened. Let's see about how much. Remember, it's Earth Day, so we're learning to read the world. Here we go, literally, right? Take a look here. So the percentage reduction, that means how much have these levels gone down since we've been in shelter in place or lockdown. And this is not just in your city. This is not just in your state or your country. This is actually globally, right? So let's just take a look right here. Los Angeles, the levels are down 31%. New York, 25%. All right, let's go down to Brazil. Sao Paulo down 32%. So this means that there is 32% less air pollution. All right, let's go up to London, 9% less. Rome, 19% less. Madrid, 11% less. Delhi, oh my goodness, 60% less. Mumbai, 34% less. Wuhan, 44% less. And Seoul, Korea, 54% less. Now not only are we going to go and look at this, but let's take a look at this, right? Now, this was on November 3rd, 2019, just a couple of months ago. This same area looked like this. And then when we talk about air pollution, this is what we're talking about. Remember, it's Earth Day, right? So we're learning to read the world. So here is November 3rd, 2019, just a couple of months ago. But now, if we pull this back, just a couple of weeks ago, this is how it looks. Wow. Wow, right? This is how it looks. Wow. So you have November 3rd, March 20th. So the question is not just what are we experiencing during this time that we're inside the home a lot, but also what are we learning? What are we learning about what we're going to do when we come out of this? Okay, so let's go ahead. Bam. Let's get out of this. All right, so before we move on, usually we do this at the beginning. But I want to do it in the middle of our class, just to give us a little juice. You know how we go. Okay, so if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and stand up. Here we go. Won't take long today at all. Got a quick class, but we're gonna learn some good stuff, okay? So when you stand up, here we go. So go ahead and stand up. All right, stretch out a little bit. Everybody in the living room, bedroom, wherever you are, kitchen, go ahead and stand up. And this activity is called look around, all right? So simply with look around, what you're gonna do is follow the command, the direction that I give as far as where to look. And I'll give you an example. Here we go. And it'll just be 4 directions. So if I say up, you look up towards the sky. If I say down, you look down towards your feet. If I say left, you look over your left shoulder. And if I say right, you look over your right shoulder, okay? So remember, up, down, left, right. And it won't necessarily be in that order, but let's see how you can follow directions and how quickly you can adjust to it. Okay, so here we go. Up, down, left, right, down, up, right, up, left, down, up, right. Now we're gonna go a little faster on this one, okay? Up, right, down, up, left, up, down, left, right, up, down, up, right, left, right, down, up, right. Okay, now, all right, so check this out. Real quick twist to this, real quick twist. Go ahead and shake it off. Here we go. Real quick twist to this. Next, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna switch the meaning of the word, okay? So this time, when I say up, you look down, okay? And when I say down, you look up. All right? So we're just switching those two things. When I say down, instead of looking down, you now look up. And if I say up, you now look down. Left and right will still be the same, okay? So we're just switching it. Very quick, for an example, if I say up now, you look down. If I say down, you look up. All right? So let's give it a try. Here we go. Just getting the blood moving. Here we go. Right, left, down, up, down, up, left, down, up, right, left, down. Now we're gonna go a little faster, all right? See how fast you can keep up on this one. Ready? Up, down, up, right, left, up, down, right, left, down, up, down, up, right, left, down, up. Even I got confused a little bit on that one. All right, you can go ahead and take a seat. Go ahead and chill out. That was just a little something to get us going right quick. And also, because of that, I want you to think of this. How difficult was it to learn, to think of and to react and to learn something different because of what we've always been used to? So I'm sure plenty of you probably looked up when you should have looked down, probably looked down when you should have looked up. And in a lot of ways, it could be confusing. And that's because sometimes when we're learning new concepts, when we're learning new things, we have to not only learn new things, but sometimes we have to make room. That means we have to unlearn certain things as well. Just something to think about as we're moving forward. So what I want to talk about right now, before we move on, also for those in the class, I want you to check it out. Do you remember what yesterday was about? Let's see. The trivia that I gave you for yesterday. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So, Turtle Island. Turtle Island. When I mentioned Turtle Island yesterday, did you actually look it up? Or did you already know what that was? Did you already know what that meant? Okay, so real quick, Turtle Island means, drum roll please. Turtle Island is the continent of North America, and how many of those Native Americans, as well as those what we like to call First Nations here, those indigenous to America, that is how they describe our landmass. When you look here, this is the continent of North America, right? And so they describe this as Turtle Island because they stated that it was in the shape of a turtle. When you look here, you have Alaska, right? At the top part is Canada. The middle part will be considered the United States. And below would be considered Mexico. And here you would have Florida and many of the Central American or Caribbean islands, I should say. So Turtle Island. Next, we talked about Riveter, right? Did you look up what Riveter meant? Give you a quick second. And what did Riveter mean? Riveter is simply something that presses a hole and connects something on the other side. So it is actually a tool. It's an instrument and a tool that's used to connect, to press down and connect something on the other side. Quick trivia, and I like to throw that in right quick. Now, let's get back to our lesson, all right? Here we go. Here we go. We're talking about reading the world, learning things differently. Stop sharing. Boom. Let me come back to this. Got me up here looking like Teddy Riley right quick. Here we go. Here we go. Now, what I would like for us to think about that we normally probably wouldn't think about, but in this class, we're learning to read the world, okay? And here's how we're gonna look at things. Remember, windows, sliding glass doors, and mirrors. So check this out. Many times when we talk about Earth, we only think of it in terms of the geographical region, only in terms of our planet. However, throughout history, throughout different cultures, the Earth has been used to describe not only the land that we're living on, but also, check this out, the feminine energy, or women, so to speak. So what do you mean, MJ? What are we talking about, Dr. Johnson, when it comes to similarities? This is what we're going to talk about right now, right? So the Earth compared to what we might consider the feminine or woman. And how do these things connect? Remember, we're connecting things. We're looking at things that people even in our grade might not even understand. But check this out, right? So the Earth, how are they similar? The Earth produces life, right? The Earth produces the trees, the Earth produces water, the Earth produces plants, right? The Earth produces air. So it provides life for us. Also, what does the Earth do? The Earth provides nourishment. The Earth provides vegetables. The Earth provides fruits. The Earth provides air for us to breathe, right? So it provides nourishment. What else does the Earth do? The Earth also protects us. When we think about the sun and the UV rays, there's an atmosphere above the Earth that protects us in ways that sometimes that we still don't understand, right? So that's how the Earth, these are concepts, these are elements, aspects of the Earth. Now, how does that compare to a woman? How does that compare to the feminine energy, right? Well, the same way that the Earth produces life, women give birth, right? Also, the same way it produces nourishment, our mothers, right? Those within our lives produces food and drink. Think about it when we're young and babies, how we get our nourishment. Also, protection and comfort, right? When we're crying, when we need to be held, when we need a hug, who's there? So in many ways, when you look at culture, when you look at history, these two things have been connected. How so? All right, let's go through here as well. When you think of the motherland, right? Even when we talk about Earth, we talk about Mother Nature, right? Now, when we think of the motherland, many people describe what is known as the motherland as a place where their ancestors, those who were born before us, where they arrived, where they were born, where they came from, okay? So here, many times we've heard Africa, the continent of Africa, we've heard that used as the motherland, the birthplace, right? The birthplace of humanity. Also, I've heard the Philippines referred to as the motherland. Turkey referred to as the motherland. So the motherland could be any place where your ancestors, were residing before you. Now let's continue to do this. Also, when you look at history, when you look at what is known as mythology or culture, Gaia in Greek, that was who was referred to as the earth, right? Also, let's go to another one. Pachamama, right? In Inca, that was also known or thought of as the earth, right? So here we have different cultures coming into what we're learning. Also, not to mention, here in America, the 5%ers or the nations of gods and earth, they refer to women, specifically Black women, as earths, right? As givers of life. So here we're connecting things that normally aren't even connected, right? So what I would like for you to think of here today, let's stop share. What I would like for you to think of today, because today is Earth Day, all right? Because today is Earth Day, and many people will only think of Earth Day in a way that describes the planet and where we live. However, what I want to challenge you on today, what I would like to challenge you is after this event is over with, for us not only to think of, for us not to only think of how will we treat the earth after this, but how we will treat those around us, specifically the women around us, how we're going to treat them after this. Because what we're finding out is many times what we ignored, many times what we took for granted, many times what we didn't even think about is very important right now, especially going through what we're going through. When we think about the air we breathe, right, here on Earth, now we're wearing masks, right? When we think about what we touch, now we're wearing gloves. When we think about how we interact, now we don't get too close to each other, right? How do we treat the earth? But not only that, how do we treat those around us? The mothers that have protected us right now, right? The grandmothers that have protected us right now, the aunts, the sisters, the family friends that have protected us during this time. How do we think of them? How do we come out of this and appreciate not only the earth, the planet, but also throughout history and throughout culture, how we might treat our women in society? So again, remember, we're looking at things differently within this class. I'm sure that's something that many times is not taught in school, but we're digging deep. And remember, self-education is the best education. So when you come out of this, think not only about how we're going to be different towards the earth, but how we're going to be different and treat those different around us. And this is not to say that men don't play a great job, that men don't play a good role, that fathers and uncles and others in our family don't play a good role, but we want to honor and appreciate those who a lot of times are taken for granted, and those are the women that are around us in our lives. This has been another class session. I hope you guys are taking it easy. I hope everyone enjoyed this. I hope you learned something from this. I hope you had a lot of fun. Make sure you check us out. Tomorrow is the last class of the week. So before tomorrow is done, we're going to talk about heroes. We're going to talk about culture, wealth, and this will be the first time that I give you homework. Now, it's not going to be homework, some hard stuff that you have to do with a worksheet, this and that, but it will involve, I'll give you a clue, it will involve interviewing someone in your family about either themselves or about an event. And we'll talk about how to do that tomorrow right here at Academic Wave, Social Studies, the Fundamentals, where smart is the new cool. If you enjoyed it today, please go ahead and give me some fire on the comments, put an emoji there, thumbs up there. I hope everyone appreciated this. Let me shout out some more people, left, right. Oh, that's when y'all were trying to help me out. I appreciate it. Other than that, thank y'all. I appreciate you. I will see you tomorrow. Looks like it's gonna storm like crazy. But anyway, be safe, be sound, be healthy. Academic Wave, smart is new cool. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. I'm about to go to the comments right now. Thank y'all. Have a good one. Peace. See you tomorrow.